Uh, Hello, Messiah. Welcome again, and thank you for joining us today. Thank you for inviting me. And we would like to ask our first question: how do you define mental freedom, and how do you become a mental free person?
Well, there's no one recipe for everyone. If you ask yourself, what is your freedom? Just take 1, 2, 3 seconds to think. What is your freedom? My freedom is to be free from all the thought process that I have gained through my childhood, from social pressure, from the country where I'm from, and so on. But maybe you are a single mother, and that's your freedom. Maybe you are a businesswoman, and that's your freedom. I am working right now I don't even know how to call myself. I call myself a professional problem solver. When people come to me when they don't have anybody else to come and speak to, because we were touching a lot about how to speak out our problems, what we are holding inside, with whom to speak, who will understand, who will not judge us. But then it's very important to understand what is our freedom, what we are trying to achieve, what we are trying to live in our lives. As we are in a digital technology center, I will create a simple allegory. Imagine that we are like computers. Our body is a biological computer. Every computer, in order to run, so we have Apple, and we have HP, I'm not very technical, and then other Samsung and some other brands, right? So different computers, different bodies, right? Is it masculine or feminine? It doesn't matter. Is it big or small? It doesn't matter. But each computer, in order to operate, has a software. And we have a software. We have the subconscious mind, which is our software. Do we see our software? No. Are we aware of our software? No. We think we are in control of our hardware, which is our body, by the conscious mind, but the conscious mind is only 5%, 95% is our subconscious mind. And subconscious mind is the one who sets us free, or sets us in prison or cage of our thought process. And subconscious programs we gain if we believe that we are so living this physical experience, then we are coming into this physical experience by certain code. There is certain intelligence out there who's saying, you will be this, right? We are all different. Have you noticed that your whole family members are different? Yeah. Different ideas, different freedom, different thoughts, different emotions. So this is all subconscious mind, even though we are living in the same family, coming from the same culture. And then there is a question how to understand that program. And majority of us, we don't understand our program. So imagine that you have these multiple computers, older, younger, operating systems, softwares, right? And we have one manual for all of them. What we can expect, our computers with our software breaks, damage, error, need to restart. And this is our stress that we are getting on a mental, emotional, and physical level. But as soon as we understand our program, as soon as we understand where our program as a subconscious mind is the best, the ultimate goal to experience our soul process, this is the moment when the life becomes so easy. I have been as well in corporate jobs, in high positions, high achiever, because as well I was coming from, can I say my story? Yeah, we have time for that. Maybe right now I'm feeling like you look at me, oh, she's so young, she's so confident, looks very successful, she's so beautiful, right? But actually, I was growing in Latvia. Where's Latvia? God knows, right? Latvia is a very small country north of the Europe. I was not living even in the city. I was living in a village, raised up by a farmer family. So I wouldn't say, I'm not complaining about my parents, but I'm saying I was not living in a very emotionally balanced family. And my parents didn't know how to, give the love because they were all the time in the field, they were working and they were having a business. And only thing that they were telling me, if you are not studying, you will not achieve anything. They were, and this is the way, and this is okay, because they didn't know how to express the love, that they need to encourage their children. But they created a very deep subconscious blockages inside of me. I always was struggling to have my self-value. I allowed other people to say, you are not good enough, you will not achieve, you need to do this, you need to go there, you need to study this. So I followed. And I thought, well, something is wrong. Like, they are saying I'm not good, but I'm managing my life. So I started to understand that something is wrong by the perception of my parents and the people around, that at the age of 16, I'm starting to figure it out. Okay, I can change myself, right? The opinion that others are telling is not what I am experiencing. And slowly, so it has been already 20 years of my self-discovery process. And I understood that actually I'm not that. I am the one who creates my reality. So I was telling everyone, well, one day I will live in Dubai. I have no idea how I will get here. No idea. I came to Dubai with 2 suitcases. I didn't know where to sleep. I didn't have work. I have my lifetime savings from Latvia. And I said, Latvia is too small for me. I need to do and prove myself. Like in a poker game, we went all in. And this is the moment when we are growing, when we put ourselves out of the comfort zone. Because I was comfortable. In Latvia, I was comfortable. I had a good car, my apartment, good corporate job, but I was feeling so deeply miserable. I couldn't handle that. And as the first speaker said, the reason why good employees leave from companies is because of the managers. I had a terrible manager. Terrible. And nobody could do anything. And I was top performer in my department, but I couldn't. My mental well-being was dead. I had very deep anxiety at the age of 26. And I understood something is not working out. And I decided to leave in order to give myself a chance to have my mental freedom, to have my emotional freedom, to have my physical freedom. And the more I am into this spiritual path, I understand and that we are the creators of our reality. But it's super, super hard. Not everyone is ready for that, because you need to, in one moment you will understand that your life I will not speak it out, but you need to understand that maybe your friends are not real friends. Your career, your education is not worthy because that it doesn't match your core. What's inside. Do I have more time? Yes. Okay. Because before that, I was working as an HR manager in a quite big company between Saudi Arabia and as well here. And then I decided, you know what, I want to level up. I joined Dubai University to study law in financial crimes and compliance. I want to move into the next level. And then the COVID started and said, no, the Emiratization started in compliance and financial crimes. What a shame, right? I spent so much money on my education and time, and then I realized. But then that was the sign. That was my ego willing to get more, and that was a sign that I need to do something else. And I took a COVID time to start something that has been my hobby of psychological support, of spirituality, where I have true desire. And that pathway that I'm taking right now is my, let's say, program, my subconscious mind program where I should be. And this is why it gives me mental freedom. And I work way much more, but I feel way much freedom than before.
Well, thank you for sharing us your story. My question is, how anyone can be a leader who follow rules and regulation, and at the same time be open free-minded person?
What do you mean by rules and regulations?
Like each company has a policy and procedure, right?
Yes.
So he needs to make sure that he follow these rules and regulation, just to make sure everything is in order. The company core value should be also in place. So how he can be able to balance between following these rules and also be a friendly person with open mind?
Okay, good question. Well, every job, every business has its rules and regulations, terms and conditions. But it's about you, how you approach them. If you're supposed to be in a specific role and it is your part of the life that you truly enjoy, if you are a process-oriented person by nature and following processes, it's your passion. So it's not hard. But if you are a creative person living in the life of career paths or some other pathway where you need to be very structured, then it's a prison of your mind, of your life. You feel caged. And this is as well about the first question, how to create a mental freedom for yourself. It's just to find yourself in the right place where you're supposed to be, where your talent is. For example, my talent is not to become a technology geek. I have no clue about technologies or being a doctor, but my talents are into psychology, into spirituality and all that. So I'm not going that pathway where I am totally, not talented. It's not my thing. And then there's a question about the ego, because ego wants everything. We need to kill our ego. Because if we connect to our souls, and we will connect a little bit today in the meditation, you will feel that your soul is beautiful. Every person in this room is a beautiful soul. Just life makes us miserable. Just life creates these miseries where we start to respond with aggression, fears, anxiety, and so on. But very deep inside, we are beautiful souls with different programs. And we understand our manual, our program, life becomes beautiful. So, again, it's not about the policies and procedures of the organization. That's all fine. These are like terms and conditions, what we agree, but we need to be sure that these terms and conditions are aimed for us, for our program. Thank you.
Now, how can the yoga, meditation, and breathing exercise can help us to improve ourselves?
Mm-hmm. Well, in general, I'm talking about general public, right? We are operating in brain waves which are high beta, middle beta, or low beta. Very well, mainly mid to high beta brainwaves. This is the very high stress level that we are causing to our body. In the stress level, our focus is very narrow. We are not able to tap into our creative source, our intuition, feeling what we want to say, what we want to respond. And when we lowering down our brain waves, this is like, oh, I can sense something. There is some type of feeling inside of you which is guiding you. No one, instead of answering with an aggression, which would be narrow, egocentric, protecting, I should respond with a smile. And then suddenly we are starting to get intuitive messages from inside. We start to be more creative, open-minded. So meditation, yoga, any other spiritual work helps us to connect with our code, to lower even our brain waves and step into more potential that is already within us. So this is like a source that we are not using, because we are living in society where we need to comply. Whatever we see, that's the truth. Whatever we hear, that's the truth. But then there is way much more, because our five senses can sense only 1% of the reality which is around. And then there is way much more and beyond that. And there are even manifestation techniques. And it's not only I'm happy, nothing is happening. Well, that's not kind of it works. But there are special manifestation. How with the power of the soul we attract the result in our life and we change the reality what we live in.
Well, I cannot wait to start our breathing exercise soon. Thank you for the information today. And I just want to make sure that if anybody has any question for Aya. No. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us today.